Transport refers to the movement of people or products from one location to another using cars, aeroplanes, ships, or trains. Transportation is the movement of anything from one point to another. They can imply transferring something from a manufacturer to a distributor or from a distributor to consumer. A society is a group of people who share customs, laws, and organizational structures who live in a certain nation or territory. As the assignment, we choose Kodiang as our study location.
Good evening, Doctor. I'm Kasti Saiprakasam and my matric number is 285435. This study is to identify users' view on the condition of KTM Kodiang, Kuala Kedah, and the problems that arise in that place. This study is also about example of businesses that can be developed around KTM Kodiang for the convenience of users. Our group has prepared some questions to interview 10 users about KTM Kodiang to find out their views and the service provided here. Therefore, our group has scheduled a study at KTM Kodiang, Kuala Kedah on December 16, 2022 at the 1 in the afternoon to complete our assignment on time. When conducting interviews with KTM Kodiang users, we found that some users were satisfied with the service that had been provided, while some users were a bit disappointed to use the transport because they were less comfortable with the environment. Here, we have posed questions to users and received some positive and negative responses from them. The first question is, what is the user's view of KTM Kodiang? We have received positive feedback from some users that they are satisfied with the existing service. Some commuters argue that it is easy for them to move around and take the train because fewer users cause a lack of migration congestion. It is because of the lack of the KTM Kodiang users that the environment is too quiet and less crowded without the movement of people and their ease of movement. Furthermore, some users believe that the KTM Kodiang runs smoothly, that is, the train runs on the time without interruption. This situation causes KTM Kodiang train users to feel satisfied with the efficient and punctual service. In addition, purchasing tickets online makes it easy for users to use KTM Kodiang service. This is because users do not have to queue and wait for too long to purchase tickets. Users also think that the ticket price is reasonable and cheap. KTM Kodiang offers discounted ticket price to students, the elderly, and the disabled in order to reduce their financial burden. On the other hand, some users believe that they are less comfortable using the train because there's no escalator and they must walk and climb stairs for some distance, especially the elderly. In addition, female users also feel unfriendly about using the train alone because of the lack of security due to the fact that there's no guard officer at the place and there's also less movement of people. This situation causes users to feel threatened or become victim of kidnapping and theft when they go alone, especially at night. This matter has caused a negative view of the KTM Kodiang service for some users, and those users want to use other train service as a substitute.
Firstly, the toilets in KTM Kodiang are dirty and unhygienic. The toilets have bad odors. Some of the toilet seats are broken and they did not fix them. Many people use the public restroom every day. A public toilet's condition can be preserved by practicing good hygiene. Proper sanitation will lessen the spread of these infections. KTM Kodiang should hire cleaners to clean the toilet frequently to maintain the cleanliness of the toilets. Besides, KTM Kodiang has a very small and narrow parking areas. It is difficult to find a parking spot during the peak days, especially during festival time. Small and narrow parking areas can cause traffic congestion because people simply park their cars without thinking about how other users will remove their cars. The parking lots are also small, which makes it hard to park the cars in the lots provided. Some even park their cars in two parking lots because their cars are too big to be parked in one lot. Thirdly, KTM Kodiang does not have proper street lights. During the night, it is hard to drive to KTM Kodiang because they do not have proper street lights. The road there is bumpy and KTM Kodiang has a big drain along the road. It will be dangerous to drive there if there is no light provided. Street lights should be provided to increase visibility and personal security. Moreover, KTM Kodiang does not have escalator nor digital signboards. KTM Kodiang should provide escalators because it will ease the burden of elderly people, pregnant moms, and those with too many bags, and many more. Escalators are important because they help save time for those who are running late to catch a train. rather than using the staircase. KTM Kodiang does not have digital signboards. They have all the signboards written on a piece of paper stuck on a table. You only get to see the time of the arrival of the train when you purchase the ticket. They do not have a digital signboard where it says the train will arrive in 5 minutes. Lastly, KTM Kodiang does not have proper security. KTM Kodiang is located in an open area where it does not have gates. There are security cameras, but most of them are not operating. There is no security guard in charge during the night. The security level in KTM Kodiang is so poor that it's dangerous to be there alone in the night because we might be a victim of robbery or snatch theft.
2.3 Example of business that can be developed at KTM Kodiang. Okay, the first one is food court. This is because KTM Kodiang should build a food court that has many variety of menu and many vendors. It makes users become more easier to fill their stomach after a long off journey. Alright, second is develop a small business like groceries that has a general line of foods such as canned, frozen food, fresh fruit and else. And the last one is KTM Kodiang should put a small stall that sells top-up. This is because if anything emergency happen to users of KTM Kodiang, they can just buy the top-up immediately. 2.4 Rating of KTM Kodiang. Based on the interview session that we have done before, the average rating that we received from users and respondent is average 7. For overall facilities and comfort that have at KTM Kodiang is at level satisfaction. We have also received a positive rating from another users at KTM Kodiang. Most of the users said all the facility is good, but if KTM Kodiang have lift and security guard, they will give high rate maybe. So that's all. Thank you.
Next, from the interview we conduct, we have found there are many problems that need to solve in KTM Kodiang. Considering that KTM Kodiang have to improve and become better than others, several strategies has been suggested that KTM Kodiang can follow up to stay improved in the public transport service. Firstly, KTM Kodiang needs to increase the frequency of trains pick up the passengers in the station. When the frequency of train is not enough, the user need to wait for the next trains, especially during festivals, public holidays, and peak hours between 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. as crowds to return home. Thus, the highest frequency of the train is needed to reduce the weight of the perception of the long wait, as this satisfies the needs of the consumers. Besides that, KTM Kodiang also needs to provide a wide and safe car parking area for the KTM users. Due to the lack of parking space, the vehicles tend to park on the roadside, when significantly lead to the traffic jams and increase the risk of accidents or even death. For the safety issues, secure car parks with 24/7 man security guards and CCTV are also needed for them. KTM Kodiang also need to build more and new street lights like smart solar and street lights that provide sustainability in the surrounding of the stations. Energy usage of public lighting is quite high. As we know, Kodiang is a small rural area. To improve transit equity, especially these low-income communities show an even higher need to increase the job opportunity with it. The government is encouraged to provide permits to market business stores or food courts in KTM Kodiang. They may use the ground floor of the stations for grocery stores and food stands. Other than that, it has efficient options to build escalator and create electronic signboards to display the train schedules, since the station did not have these facilities. In a short time period, people can be consistently moved from one story of the building to another. They are important for those with physical disabilities who can't move between floors of a building in a secure manner. With the use of lifts, it doesn't need disabled people to get out of their wheelchair, and other users also can bring their luggage easily.
In conclusion, Kodiang can be improved in many ways. Government also can see our report as reference to know in what term they need to improve. The responsible authorities also need to be alert with people in rural areas. It is because rural population also contribute to economic growth. All of the difficulties can be solved by taking action. In our report here, we can summarize the rural areas also need an improvement in their places to increase the quality of society and decrease the gap between rural and urban areas.
Pengguna dekat Kodiang. Kita akan tanya beberapa soalan. Okey, soalan yang pertama, apa pandangan Cik tentang Kodiang?
Kodiang ni bagi saya tak ramai orang tak susah sangat. Jadi sebab kat sini disediakan kemudahan makanan di kat semua KTM pun ada kemudahan kan.
Alright. Soalan kedua, apakah contoh kemudahan yang Cik rasa boleh dibaiki dekat Kodiang? Toilet. Maintenance dia kurang. Okey, faham. Okey, soalan yang ketiga, apa contoh perniagaan ataupun premis perniagaan yang boleh dibangunkan kat sini?
Pelanggan akan kita.
Okey. Untuk rate Kodiang pula antara 1 sampai 10, berapa rate Cik? 8. Alright, itu je. Terima kasih.
Contoh hari ini saya akan interview salah seorang pengguna dari Kodiang. Apakah pandangan Cik tentang Kodiang?
Okay, Kodiang ni dalam beroperasi dengan baik, dia memudahkan setiap perjalanan perempuan kita. Dulu kita kena beratok menggunakan kaunter tu tiket, dan sekarang kita menggunakan transaksi online.
Apakah kemudahan yang boleh diperbaiki?
Yang boleh diperbaiki sini dia kan tak ada lift. So kalau macam bagi ada lift lah untuk yang bawa luggage kan susah buat tangga. So dah banyak juga lah macam orang tengok. Sepatutnya ada lift lah untuk kemudahan lah. Untuk nak buang orang toto pun supaya nak naik tangga tu betul ada lift.
Apakah contoh perniagaan yang boleh dibangunkan di sini?
Perniagaan kat dalam ni. Saya tak sebenarnya macam gerai pun betul-betul sebab dekat sini kita tunggu macam banyak.
Hari ini kami akan interview salah seorang pengguna di KTM Kodiang. Soalan yang pertama, apakah pandangan tentang KTM Kodiang?
Agak kurang selesa sebab macam tak mesra untuk yang perempuan lah, sebab macam dia punya security tu tak pernah okey lah kat sini kan, tak ada security, tak ada guard. Jadi macam kalau kau seorang, jadi kau agak risau juga lah kalau seorang-seorang nak naik KTM, nak balik lewat-lewat, jadi macam takut macam tu.
Pandangan akak terhadap kemudahan yang boleh dibaiki?
Okey, kemudahan kat sini kalau boleh tu macam lift lah untuk orang tua-tua tak sesuai untuk naik macam 2 tingkat kan, macam tu lah. Lepas tu lagi macam kat sini agak sini macam tak ada orang, macam tu risau. Kalau boleh tu ada guard lah kat sini kan.
Apakah contoh perniagaan yang boleh dibangunkan di sini?
Kat sini daripada macam KTM yang macam dekat pedalaman kampung kan, jadi kalau yang sesuai jual kat sini pun kau rasa macam keperluan asas lah, macam contoh dia topak ke apa, macam in case apa-apa yang jadi kat sini ada lah Okey. Yang soalan last ialah rating dari 1 hingga 10 berapa Kak? 7. Okey, terima kasih. Sama.